Remodeling and custom home companies looking to grow are typically spending 4 to 5% of revenue on marketing. Stagnant or declining companies are typically spending 1 to 3%. We've generated nearly $200 million in sales for our clients on an investment of about 5 to 6%. Word of mouth and referrals are slowly declining as homeowners get more comfortable trusting Google reviews and social media to make their decisions. Homeowners feel empowered to do their own research and make their own selection of a company to work with. So, how do we capture homeowners in today's world? Marketing. Before we get into the meat of this topic, I want to shake things up a little bit. Most remodelers and custom builders think the objective is to keep marketing expenses low and acquire customers at the lowest cost. Obviously, this sounds great, but what if I told you that it's actually the companies that can spend the most to acquire a customer are the ones that are typically winning in the marketplace? Why is that? Take Company A. Their average project size is $50,000 and their gross margin is only 25%. That means a customer is worth $12,500 to them. The absolute most this company can spend to acquire a customer is $12,500. But that would mean this project is a waste of time. It didn't cover any overhead expenses or salaries. Ideally, you'll be at least 3 to 1, meaning you'd spend about $4,100 to acquire this customer, and you're left with the gross margin of $12,500 minus that $4,100 in marketing. Now you've got $8,400 contributing to your overhead. Now, let's look at Company B. Their average job size is $300,000 and their gross margin is 30%. That means their gross margin is $90,000. A customer is worth $90,000 to this business. If we use the same 3 to 1, this company can spend $30,000 to acquire this customer, and they're left with $60,000 contributing to overhead expenses and salaries. Company B can spend 7 times more to acquire a customer. They can do 7 times the amount of marketing. That means their bids will win more in Google Ads and Meta auctions. They can have more truck wraps, nice looking signs in front of their jobs, and more content online. They can also invest more in SEO. And when you spend more, you soak up more demand. The more you spend, the more customers you attract. This becomes an upward positive cycle because the result means 1, you have more leads so you can raise prices and increase your margins. 2, you have more examples of past projects that lead to higher close rates. 3, you have more reviews and testimonials, which leads to more leads and higher close rates. So, would it be nice to spend $5,000 and acquire that $300,000 project? Yes, but the reality is that you may not actually land that customer because you didn't do enough or the proper marketing. Okay, but what should you really spend on marketing? To be honest, the real answer is that it has to be contextual to your business. If you take these averages across the entire remodeling industry of 3 to 5%, you'll probably get average results, right? It's time to think differently about marketing budgets. We can't blanket pick 5% and just call it a day. What are your sales goals? If you're trying to grow from 2 million to 3 million in 1 year versus 2 million to 6 million in 1 year, those will require different marketing budgets. Where are you located? If you're in a major metro market, you'll probably need to spend more just to compete versus a smaller town. What is your average project size and gross margin? As we already discussed, your gross margin dollars help tell the story of what you can afford to spend to acquire a customer. There's an optimized answer to this question and a maximized answer to this question. And depending on your goals, it will dictate your decision making. What is your end goal? Are you trying to sell the business or just suck out as much profit as possible each year? If you're building to sell, you'll probably want to invest in your brand over a longer time horizon and build a true position in your marketplace. If you're looking to max out profits and take them all off the table, you'll take a different approach. All these considerations will guide you toward the right budget for your company. If you want a canned answer, just pick 5% and move on. That will put you among the average growing companies in the industry. If you want to think differently, I encourage you to run your own numbers and figure out what the most you can spend to acquire a customer is. Then push towards that number or slightly lower. It will make you a force to be reckoned with in your local market. Oh, and we've got a free gross margin versus markup calculator in Remodeler Growth Community, and you can download that by clicking the link below this video. We'll see you next time here on Builder Funnel TV.